Hello. So today I'm going to put together a function with while loops and with the if else statements that I worked on one of my last videos with the bank. So I'm going to add on to that. So if you see, it's already sitting there, and we're going to just finagle and play with it a little bit to add in a function. So let's go ahead and get this started. You know what? We're going to go ahead and take this out because we don't need that. That was just something me adding a little, little bit extra. So like you see here, we have a balance, and that's what we were starting off at. And we have yes, repeat yes. Okay, so we're going to start off with a function. And remember, a function, instead of writing things out, we can put it all in one area so we can just recall it versus typing this out. So this right here, this is going to be our function. And so we're going to go ahead and define it and name it main. And like we talked about, or what I talked about in the past and other videos, while right here, it's all on the same line. So this all goes together. So the Python is not going to know that this whole section is inside of this main. So we're going to indent it all over. You don't have to do the indentions by hand because that will take a long time. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and highlight it. And depending on IDE you use, you can highlight it and press tab, and then it automatically tabs it over. So just like how we have our if statements, how these lines right here, lines was at 12 through 16, go under line 11, it's the same thing. So this is all part of this main, and we're going to take this out too. We don't need those. You know what the types are because we worked on those before. So let's go ahead and get this started. So like I said, we're going to create some functions. So the first function that we have, let's go through this, is this repeat yes. This repeat yes is outside of the function. So it's not going to, so when the computer's reading through this, it's not going to understand that we need to repeat everything in here, because guess what? The repeat is outside of here. So let's go ahead and we're going to copy and we're going to paste the repeat inside of here. I could have just cut it because we don't need it up here. Repeat. There we go. Look at us. There we go. And so looking at the first line, we have repeat yes while repeat yes in here. So it knows to repeat, and they're on the same indentation. So they don't, it's underneath the while, so it knows. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this action. Spaces in here. So first part of the statement is action. Action equals input, would you like to deposit or withdraw? We're gonna go ahead and keep that there. And then we're gonna put in another while loop. Okay, so we're going ahead and put it underneath action. Make a space so you can see that. While action, repeat, because we're gonna ask people, are you gonna do deposit or withdraw? If the input does not equal deposit, and action does not equal typing too fast, withdraw. It's got our while loop. Remember, we gotta have these right here. Then our action equals, because if you don't, so whoever's using it, so they don't put in deposit or withdraw, it's going to prompt them again, and know what's going to say. Please, forgot parentheses. Please enter deposit or Oh, there we go. And I know we last time we talked about having them lower. So we know the action, whether they put in a capital W with a capitalized I, that it would go ahead and read that. It will read it as inputting and it will still put it in there. So we can go ahead and put lower. And you know what we're going to do to make this a little bit more fancier? We're going to go ahead and add it at the end. See, put it right here. Oh, forgot these things. Lovely parentheses. So we're going to put it at the end because then if we put it at the end, we can take it out here. So we don't need it with this action. See? See? And then we'll take it out on line 21 because now it's redundant because we already told it to do that. So we have our first new while loop. And now, because we want to know about currency, put some currency in here because, you know, why not? So it's going to go on the same line as line 9 while. So, and we're still under this loop right here. Lots of loops. This one's very fun and yes, it is fun. Input. And remember, input statements means someone's going to input an answer. A print statement just means print. Input is asking a question. So I want to know what kind of currency you got, please. Enter the currency dot. We're going to let people know it can be US dollar, a euro, or no, Canadian money, CAD. But that, we talked about lowers. This one, we prefer to be uppers because that's the way it's supposed to look. So even if someone puts lowercase USD, we still want it to read it. So got our uppers in there. I think we talked about that last time, put in some uppers. And we're gonna right here, and then we're gonna put that same like gosh, let me move over there we go. That's a lot better. So we're gonna have a while loop in there. And we're gonna have that same thing with the currency. So like we had with the deposit, if the action that they put in didn't, the person puts in did not equal deposit or withdrawal, and it's gonna prompt them. Well, if you don't put in the right type of currency, it's gonna prompt you. So, right, so we're gonna put USD, and oh, it's not the right kind of hand. I realized there's anyone catch that as I was typing that out? Kind of glanced over and seen that red squiggly line. I'm like, what did I do wrong? And you know, if I do something wrong, we'll work on this together. And we're gonna put our euros in and currency exclamation point CAD. There we go. And then I'm going to put at the end, right? And if they do not put the right kind of currency, we're gonna get, oh nope, the wrong button. We're gonna input the currency is not valid. Please enter USD, euros, not UER. So it's called RCAD. I think it is called CAD, right? I have not been, actually, I have been to Canada, but that was when I was maybe 10 years old. I haven't been there since. Nope, I've not been there. I'm gonna do uppers because, you know, those are always capitalized. Now, we're with our amount. Let's move it up just a tad bit. So we ask people to enter an amount. And I remember before, in our previous one, if you didn't put something less than 500, because that's we only have 500, whatever, makes your negative balance, I think it just asked you again. So we're gonna make it a little bit fancier. So while amount is it's less than 0, you'll get amount. And remember, the amount is an integer because we're dealing with money. It is not a string. Make it a string, that's gonna throw things off. Amount you entered is not valid. Please re-enter the amount. Okay. Whew. That was a lot. So now let's keep going. So our if action, this is why we didn't delete anything. So we're gonna kind of get rid of a couple of these because right here, this amount, it kind of just took care of that for us. And our balance is outside of our function. So we don't, this is a global balance. So when we want to make something a global, that means it goes all through the function, the code and everything. But we didn't get to that yet. So, but we're going to do that in a minute. But let's keep working our way down. We can jump around, but me personally, we're just going to go through it. If you have any questions, leave comments, and I will gladly do it jumping around. So we're going to, so we have our withdrawal. So if action equals withdraw, yes, and we don't need to put this here anymore. It's irrelevant, see? Because we already kind of have that. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. What? So if withdraw, oh, what you? Oh, wait, what did I do? This is why we have undo. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. I don't know what I did. Not sure what I did. Not that advanced yet, but when I get there, I'll let you know. We can work through that. Okay. And what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make a call to the function. Call the withdraw function. And remember, the hashtag is there. You can write notes to yourself, or other people may be looking at lines of code. But for right now, it's just for us or for me. Okay, so if action withdrawal call, we're going to call to the withdrawal function. So anytime we do if withdraw currency amount false, right? Print insufficient funds. No one likes insufficient funds, don't we? So then we're going to do an if action to deposit. And remember, we don't need all this. So we are going to get rid of this. And we'll make a note to ourselves again that we're call the deposit function. Okay. All right. And yep, make sure everything's indented. Deposit, because if it's not indented, then that's a whole nother can of worms. You're not going to worry about that. Amount. All right. What is this thing? Why are you right? We'll figure that out in a minute. And our else, Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, I like that. So continue. Funny. Oh, okay. I'm just going to do this else. So we have a print, please enter deposit or withdrawal. That's great. And then after that, we're going to print our balance. And we're going to put it on the same line. This print your balance is that balance. We're going to repeat input, which I have to continue. Yes or no. Print. Goodbye. Actually, this is all inside of here. So we gotta, there we go. Because it has to be on the same line as the while. And I must not have highlighted that because that would have been a whole nother line. Whew. We did our functions, but now we gotta define what's our withdrawal. Because as you can see, there's a red squiggly line and it doesn't know what we're doing. Should have actually did this part before the other part, but I was working down and I actually kind of did this before we started. I don't do things live. Not yet. That will be when I'm more proficient. And remember when I talked about the global balance, that 500? Well, here comes the global balance. Okay. And then we got to make definitions for everything. So the computer knows what we're doing. So put amount in USD equals, because just in case for the withdrawal in the currency, if they're like, well, I want it in Canadian funds, well, we're going to have to update that. So CA, because currency amount, you do a little abbreviation, amount in USD. Love this, using this one because it's don't type everything out. Okay. And, oh, what I put of, if there's, I don't think there's an of statement. There is, I have not learned that yet, but as soon as I learn it, I will share with you. Return false. Okay. And we have to define deposit. Yay. Okay. And then we have a CA again. There we go. And deposit. We have a global. Sorry about that. Had a phone call. Global balance. Where were we? Yes. Okay. Sorry. Amount in US and dollars. Convert. Got to put that conversion. CA balance equals balance minus amount in, there we go. So it's going to convert it because we need to convert, because if we don't convert the money, then it may look like you have more or less money than you actually have. So now we got to do the definition of convert. Sticking to our same acronym. Ooh, what did I forget? This definitely could have been a problem. All right, so if currency equals United States dollar, then return A. Okay. If, well, actually elif, because elif currency turns euro, then let's do this. A equals A over 0.86. That's the conversion rate. Do not quote me if this is the current conversion rate. Oops. And we got to make sure we return. I'm not sure the current, what the exact is, but that's probably close enough. So then we have our other elif. If the currency returns CAD, A equals A over 1.3, return A. Okay, whew, that's a lot. And then we got main function, right? So let's hope I return, let's see if I rewrote this out correctly, because original was good. Let's go. Ah, line 4. What's wrong with line 4? Let's go to line 4. What does it say? What do we do? Oh, I always forget those. All right, try again. Ooh, yay. Would we like to deposit or withdraw? We want to deposit. Okay, okay. Ooh, we got some euros because we just came back from Paris. Okay, okay. Ooh, how much money in euros did we have back? We had, let's say, 150 euros. Yay, it worked. So we want to continue? Yes. Let's let's actually put the wrong word. Let's withdraw. Oh, see, it says no. You want to deposit or withdraw. We're not taking it. And actually, let's put it in all caps. Withdraw. See, there it goes. And this time we're gonna withdraw in some American dollars. So let's make it lowercase so we can see, make sure our uppers and lowers are working. And we're gonna put in $1,000. What? What did I do wrong? Let's look at line 53 in the code. What's wrong with line 53? Huh. In line 22, look at line 22. So let's make sure line 22, that was the if action. Looking at my, looking over here where I have the, what I did earlier, just make sure if withdraw, parentheses, currency amount equals to that false, print position funds. Huh. Oh, I tried, but that's where there's a, not liking that. Okay, that's where it was. Let's look at line 36. What's wrong? All right, I think I made some changes. Let's see what happens again. So we want to, were we trying to withdraw too much money out of our US account? So C and A are not defined. So that's what it is. It's currency. But I wonder if we do that with all of them. Let's just do that. And let's see if we have any issues. Actually, we probably didn't have to do it there, huh? So let me actually undo typing. And we're gonna undo typing. Okay, so let's try this again. If we don't get this right, I'm gonna have to put a to be continued on this and come back. Let's do our withdraw. And we're trying to do American dollars. There we go. We got it. We fixed it in efficient funds. Yes. It's always great when we can fix something, right? See it, me as I'm working through it and how I work through it, because that's the most important part. And let's do a deposit. Actually, let's do a withdraw. And we're gonna do it in Canadian dollars. So I don't got to use that yet. And we're gonna withdraw 200 Canadian. And our balance is 500. So there we go. We have went through this. Hopefully you enjoyed this very long video. It was just as long as for me if it was for you, because I had to work on this on my own. Now I'm sharing it with you. Thank you for, liking my videos. Keep coming back and we'll keep doing them. All right, talk to you later.